We are witnessing the re-emergence of a Cold War paradigm, this time in platform geographies and analysis. Mark Steinberg, 2020. The contexts of Western platforms such as Meta and Chinese platforms such as WeChat are very different. There are political, economic and cultural differences which determine why each of these platforms operate the way that they do. WeChat is what is known as a super app, a convergence of multiple services in a single platform. WeChat partners with what is known as micro-programs, which operate within the app. This allows the user to not need to leave the app if they want to, say, text a friend, then order some food, book a holiday, and catch a DD to go out for dinner. Economy. The economic state of a country plays a big role in why they do certain things. Using this, social media platforms such as Facebook emerged out of platform capitalism during a period when the US was experiencing an economic downturn. In China, on the other hand, WeChat was created when the nation was increasingly opening itself up to economic opportunities, which led to their economic upturn, leading to greater innovation and experimentation with new technologies. Politics. China, with its government retaining a tight grip on commercial activities, plays a large role in the development of influential platforms such as WeChat. The ability for the state to censor what is put out on the app is unregulated, allowing the tight control of narratives and information by the state. The constraint of WeChat is the prohibition of embedded hyperlinks on articles published through self-media, which is where individuals disseminate messages without needing to cite the original sources. Capitalism and social media. The general concepts of capitalism and the encouragement of competition, particularly through a neoliberal system, renders a super app like WeChat impossible unless a company retains a monopoly on the market, as the nature of Western capitalism relies heavily on choice and variety. This monopoly of power, seen in China, is also evident in South Korea, where it is not the state, but powerful families which make up a sort of oligarchic state, like the Samsung Corporation. Is WeChat completely original? The convergence of technologies originates from Shanzai, a concept of improving upon something that already exists. This drives how Chinese companies make their platforms and products, putting their own spin onto it. The De-Westernisation of Platforms and countries such as South Korea and China creating their own version of Silicon Valley apps play into countering the platform imperialism of Meta and other American platforms, which benefits these countries' economies by keeping money inside of the country. It is also worth noting that the study of platformization has been largely centered on Silicon Valley platforms and merely few additions of non-Western exceptions or side notes. There have been discussions by scholars that note that a global study on platformization of the world's platforms should be looked into, and not US platforms as the hegemonic point of reference. The concept of identity and sense of belonging. The ecosystems in which users of WeChat and KakaoTalk, the South Korean super app, interact is largely within an imagined community. Diasporic communities from China and South Korea can stay connected to their communities around the world through the app, and it gives them access to their language, their cultural identity, and a platform to stay regionalized anywhere in the world. It is important to look at perspective when it comes to the Westernization of platforms, because different contexts do require different applications. No pun intended.